Hey, good evening, everyone. Can you hear us and see our screen okay?
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hey, Jeremy here too. Jeremy, and this is James. Um, good afternoon, Doug, Jim, Kim, Thomas, everybody else is on here. Um, Seeing some familiar faces. Um, awesome, thank you guys. So we got a real cool one tonight. If you didn't know, Jeremy just really crushed it last week. And he'll go. He's going to drive most of this presentation, but just had an idea, had a partner, and there's more to it, which he'll explain. And really, what I would say the best thing that impressed me on this launch that you just did, Jeremy, was that you executed. You did it. You made adjustments, and the whole thing that you did, and it just crushed it. So take it away, Jeremy, and talk a little bit about what people can gain from what you just did just the other day.
Cool, thanks, James. And first of all, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Doug, I see Jim, Kim, Thomas, and other people are going to start coming in, I'm sure. But thanks for taking some time with you, and I've got some serious value here for you tonight. I did this, so here's the story. I did this thing with a guy named Ron. I'm sure by now all of you are familiar with me talking about him. He's been on my list for a while, and he just reached out to me. He's been doing this little method, which is basically transcribing audio clips as micro jobs. And I'm telling you guys this because you're in the Prop Society. But that's what it's around. And so he's made a little bit of money with that, 20 bucks a day, which is cool for a lot of people. And I'm going to show you what he realized, how to make a lot more money a lot faster. But we took that concept, and it was something that somebody that was beginning could do. And he just wrote a little ebook. He wrote out how he did it, how like the steps he did to sign up for the platform, how to do it. And he came to me, sent me an email, and said, "Hey, Jeremy, look at this. Look at this that I'm doing. Would you like to do a product? I've been on your list for years." And so we put out this product together. And long story short, I launched it with him, and I just want to give you some of the tips that I used to help him take this product further, okay? And I've beat to death into probably everybody that's here knows I've beat to death. You need to create and launch your own products. You need to create your own products. And I talk a lot about the basics of how to go and do that, you know, how to open your Word doc and stuff like that and the technicalities. But I want to go into a little bit deeper tonight, how to get some of the really good, juicy stuff. We're going to talk about how to crack the code to simple info products. That's really the key to get started. James got started, and he's got probably over 100 or more just simple PDF products that has built the little empire that he has built. Okay, it's just product after product of these little PDF reports that people absolutely love. And he's built a substantial list with it too. And just him alone with one email, I'm so impressed. James brought over, uh, can I say it, James? Can I say
Yeah,
the number?
sure.
Yeah, he brought over 200 sales with a single email. And that blew my freaking mind, okay, that you can do that with an email list. And
And that's the thing. There was no for that particular email. There was no pre-sell, which was it's also a testament, Jeremy, to how well this particular product converted. But it was just hey, basically check this out. It's a really cool idea. You could make in this particular case it was make $20 a day, which resonated with people because there's so many products out there that are like make the $1 million overnight, and that what resonated with people is that look, this is legit. This guy's making $20 a day and people realize, this is obtainable. And that I think really struck a chord with people. If I'm trying to analyze why this particular product works so well, and it's still selling right now. I know you have over like 1,300 sales right now, Jeremy, or something like
yeah,
that.
we're gonna look at the stats right
Okay,
now.
okay, go ahead.
I was trying Warrior Plus aired out on me. They hit me refresh, and I was just checking the date from the day we launched it, which was, let me get this out of the way, the 22nd to today.
Wow, 1,400
Refreshed. We've got 1,357, 1,357 sales.
fronts end sales, but your
Yes.
total sales are almost 1,500.
And the Well, no, that's the those are on from some of the other products I have
Oh,
too.
okay, okay.
This is just Tasker is what we launched. Okay, so we're looking at 1357, and we've generated over $13,938.42. All right, and that is in 7 days. So in 7 days, we've put 1,300 people on our email list that are customers that have purchased a product from us that will buy, that are proven throughout history to buy from you again and again and again. And I can tell you because I've had people buying from me years and years, and James has too, years and years and years and years. They buy from me once and they keep doing it more. Okay, so that's 1,300 people that's going to continue to buy from us for years. We generated all that revenue. Now, we didn't make all of it ourselves. Some of it went to affiliates, but we made a nice chunk of change off of it, I can tell you that. And this is Ron's first product. Now, here's the difference between just creating a product, throwing it out on Warrior Plus, and praying for a miracle that it sells. That really isn't going to get you a lot of results unless you just happen to have this fantastic freaking thing. You really need to have some things in place, and here's how I helped Ron. Not only with just my list and my connections, which really helped a lot, and we'll talk more about this later. I mind mapped this all out to show you the things that I actually did for him to be able to get, you know, the premium affiliates, how to get the deal of the day, how to get to 1,000 sales on a launch, how to then take that freaking massive list he's got now, which he can easily make $2,000–3,000 a month with. If you do it right way with a buyer's list like this in this niche, you can easily make $2,000–3,000 a month or more with a 1,300 person list, or more. If you do it right, you can make a lot more. But so let's cover some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and dive into the content and get started with this. So is everybody good? Is everybody? This might be a little bit longer session. So I might have to take a sip of water every moment, which I'm going to do right now. And James is going to talk to you for just a second while I take a drink of water.
Yeah, so you know, guys, there's in Profit Society here, we're always talking about different ways to make money. But if you're like me, you know, I do what I also, in other words, I'm both the consumer and the buyer. I create a lot of products for people, but I also buy a lot of products. So one of the things is if you're in this particular niche, the internet marketing niche, and you're buying products on different things, think about what you've learned. Can you make a product on that? And the answer is yes. And people launch products all day long, especially if you go to a site called Muncheye, muncheye.com. You'll see the launches that are happening daily. So there's always room to start and share what you know, no matter what level you're on, specific to the internet marketing niche. And it's a big world that produces hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, and you can get a piece of that. And Jeremy did, and in this particular case, he brought someone along that didn't. And interject, Jeremy, whenever you want me to stop talking. But he brought someone along that didn't have a product before. So that's a great first way. If you're saying, well, I have an idea or I have something I want to put out, bring it to someone like Jeremy, bring it to someone like me, because we partner all the time. In fact, I partner more now than a lot of times with my own ideas, which is great.
And that's the key here, and you got to really realize is the two biggest parts of this is Ron was doing something super simple that most people would just be like, nobody's going to want to freaking learn how to transcribe micro things for a few bucks a day, $20 a day. But it turns out over 1,300 people did. $20 a day is awesome to them, and it's just a simple method. So anything that you've tried that's made you any results, it doesn't have to be monetary results. If you've ever built a list with something, or if you've ever drove traffic with a certain thing, if you ever got engagement through social media, anything that you've done that's got any kind of results can be a product, okay? And if you not necessarily partner with the right people, but if you do what I'm about to show you here, and you also find somebody who can help you also, that can be huge. And plus, I'm not about to pitch you. Okay, I would just want you to know that because it sounded like it was about I'm going to teach you, but actually I don't. We're very particular about partnering with people, so I don't know. But go out there and try it. Okay, go out there and do this stuff. So here's what we're going to talk about first. Crack the code to simple and pro products. So I just want to go over why you want to focus on this, why this is so powerful. A lot of people run at the idea of having their own product, and it's as simple as a 20-page Word document that you wrote out and saved as a PDF. That's a product. That's all this was that generated almost $14,000 was like a 20-page PDF of a step-by-step process. That's all it was. So products...
Double spaced?
Yeah, but actually, I don't know if it was double spaced, but it might have been. It doesn't matter. The content was there. That the what they needed to know was there. That's what's important. And it could be any topic. But here's the thing. Products are assets. And this is what really it didn't really sink into Ron's head right off the bat, is that we keep getting more affiliates. Like every day we've getting like 20 affiliate requests every day since we've started. 20 or more, and and the sales just keep coming in, and I'm like, yes, man, this is an asset. This is going to bring you sales for a long time, because all of these affiliates spread your product all across the internet. They build review pages, they build videos, they build backlinks all day long for you. There's just this army of people building all this traffic coming to you. So it's something that's going to bring you traffic, money, and subscribers for a long time. It's not just a one-day, one-time thing. It's gonna work for a long time. The other thing is customers, once they're on your list, they buy again and again and again via email. And I'm even going to show you down here how to do emails, all right, the right way, so you can actually make money from your list. This is the advice that I gave Ron, that I told him, here's how to make money from your list now that you have it, because you can make a lot of money. All right, we're going to go over that. So also, once you sell your first product, then promote affiliate stuff, okay? And this is important to understand. A lot of people try to go into affiliate marketing online first. They try to buy traffic and sell affiliate products. That's the exact opposite way to do it. You need to sell your own product, build your customer list first, and then it's so much more easy to sell affiliate stuff after that, because you have a relationship with them. Those people trust you, and you can tie it in with what you've already got and what kind of direction you want to send them in, and it's so much easier to sell affiliate products. And that's the ticket to be an affiliate marketer online. It's starting with your own product, and that's a key to understanding how not to go backwards and spend a lot of time and money and waste it on affiliate stuff. So that's Crack the Code to Simple Affiliate Info Products. And I'm going to pause for a second and take a drink, and then we're going to come up with how to come up with a product. We're going to just talk real quick about that. So, how to come up with a product. And honestly, the easiest thing is just see what's selling. All right, what is selling on Amazon? You can go to Amazon, you can see the top 100, top whatever books that you want to see in any niche. There you go. There's what's selling. ClickBank, same thing. Warrior Plus, same thing. You can go through the listings on Warrior Plus. I don't want to go all day through this, but you can go through, affiliates, offers. All right, and you can see that, and check this out. I just noticed this. There's number 2. We're number 2 right here. Boom, on the affiliate offers page. When you just first go to the page, 1,000 plus sales, right there below everybody. So this stuff works. So offers all day long right there, that you can look at and just look at what they're doing. See what they're selling, see what their topic is, see what their sales page is. Okay, that's done for you research right there. Idea machines. So these are like, and I'm going to ask James feedback on idea machines too, but things that I like to visit a lot is Reddit. Reddit has stuff on any niche you can think of. I'm signed up to all kinds of marketing stuff, social media stuff, Reddits, and it's just like a news bulletin board for the globe, or just like people. and they just post stuff. And Reddit, you can find all kinds of ideas all day long on Reddit, so that's a great place to come up with ideas in any niche. Facebook groups, the same thing. Lots of discussion. Go to Facebook pages, see what posts they're doing, see what products they're pitching, what products they're trying to sell on their pages, which ones are successful with it. Also, go to your niche and find, like, go to different blogs in your niche, like a survival blog or internet marketing, email marketing. You might be careful with email marketing, but go create a new email account and sign up to a bunch of different lists in your niche. And then you'll be able to see what other people are selling a lot of in your niche, and that will give you tons of ideas on what you can then sell. And you can buy some of those products and go through them, and don't go through them for the method, okay? Don't go through products to get the method. Go through to see how they sell their product, how they package, what they're teaching, what's missing in the product, how could you make a product that's similar but you can improve upon, you know, and that kind of thing. So now I'm going to ask James, because James is a freaking idea machine when it comes to coming up with ideas. So I want to ask your feedback, James. What do you do that helps you get ideas for products?
Well, several things. Number one, being open to it, always looking for new ideas, like just having your mind kind of set on that. Just like when you buy a new car and you buy whatever, like a Mazda, a blue car, and then all of a sudden you see Mazda blue cars everywhere because your mind's just kind of open to it. That's number one, having the plan that you want to do this. Number two, I filled my whole Facebook account with internet marketers. So I just added all these internet marketers that I wanted to know, and then this is earlier on, and then it would say, okay, well, now that you have 20 common friends, here's someone else we suggest, and they're all friends with other internet marketers. So I just kept adding internet marketers. Then people started coming to me and wanting to add me for basically the same reason. And then, of course, I've been doing this for a while, but bottom line is I have 5,000 internet marketers, friends, quote unquote, on my Facebook list that I'm seeing what they're posting all the time. Now, of course, a lot of it's the same stuff you'd see with other Facebook. Here's a picture of my cats, or here's, you know, a bunch of garbage. But I scroll through my Facebook every day, and you know, you get some golden nuggets here and there. I also read Reddit, like Jeremy said, TechCrunch, because I'm in the internet marketing space. I like TechCrunch because they have news, and I have another one called it's a Google Chrome extension called Zest. Z-E-S-T. It's again a Google Chrome extension, Zest, and all it does is as soon as I bring up Chrome, it brings me up curated marketing topics that show all kinds of blogs. So I can just, like, within 5 minutes, I'll see 30 marketing blog posts, and it's just kind of a dump of ideas in my head. So those are some of the ways that, and there's other sites I go to, but those are some of the ways that I have things getting pushed to me. And you see stuff enough and enough, and then
I had to write that down.
It resonates. Oh, I gave you an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I hang out, if you will.
Cool. So, all right. Those are great. Those are all great ideas. So, it's really easy to come up with a product. Just do it. All right. Just do it. All right. So now let's talk about, all right, how to get premium affiliates to mail for you. And I really should have put this first, networking like for real, but I'm going to put that back down here. Crap, what'd I do? All right. Back down. Okay. But let's just start here. Who have you bought from? Okay. Who are people that you bought from? And that's where Ron started. Okay. And that also applies to how to find a launch partner to 10x your earnings. A launch partner like me or James is, who have you bought from? That's a great place to start because you have some sort of relationship. Hey, I bought your product. It was really good. I tried to apply it, or I did apply it, and I made some revenue with it. Hey, I'd love to do a product. Would you create a product with me about it, or such and such? Anything like that. Any kind of relationship that you already have with somebody. Also, who are the players in your niche? Who are the players and the people that are already putting products together? They might be willing to partner with you if you already have the product in place. Right? Who who can drive the sales, and just go after those people. Don't be scared to go after the big players and just ask them. All they can say is no. So that's really number one. But here's the thing: you can't just go and spam the crap out of these people on Facebook PM, and that's the problem that you see a lot of times, is that people will just spam JVs. Hey, check out my product in my launch. You really have to know. You got to build some sort of relationship with them, or at least talk with them a little bit before you just slam them with your offer. And that's one thing that Ron did, was he warmed up with me, a little bit first, talking about the product he bought from me, and then he schmoozed over into, hey, by the way, I have one that I'd like to have your help with. I looked at it; it was good. But you can get those affiliates, and by the way, I'm an affiliate for him too. That's initially what he came to me for, was to be an affiliate, and it turned out to be I started helping him with the rest of it too. But that's how you get those affiliates, just reaching out to people. Also, you want to pay well, and you don't want to be greedy, because the money really is in the list. It's easy to say, we gave 100% commissions on the front end product of this, and a lot of people would say, what, you didn't make any money on 1,300 front end sales? And the truth is, we made some good money on the upsells. All right, and you'll make a lot of money in the back, and a lot of money on the upsells, and a lot of money if you do a webinar behind that for an even higher price product, say like a $100 or a $200 product or whatever. You can make a lot more money with just a couple upsells. So don't be greedy with that front end. A lot of people are scared to push that 100% price point, but you can get a lot more affiliates that way. It's going to build you a lot bigger list. And let me tell you what, here's the thing. The first few times you mail your list right after a launch is the hottest time they will be. You'll get huge open rates, huge click rates. I can attest to this because I just did it. Ron just did it. And when we mailed our list, it was like way higher than our normal list. Those first few emails can be crucial. And what I did was I sent them back to the upsell, the first upsell. I said, hey, don't forget, now that you've been through the product, you might want to get our help inside our, or whatever the first upsell, I forget now, because we had two. No, it was another product. We offered additional help, and so that got us more money right off the bat. But you can actually mail your list 1 or 2 or 3 more times and make back that money that you would have made from all those front end sales. You're going to make it back in mailing your list. If you mail your list consistently, all right, it will pay off. The thing is, don't not mail your list. If you stop mailing your list, you just, on some sort of regular basis, you got to keep in contact them. Networking, like for real, we'll come back to that in a second. Affiliate contests are great too. Affiliates like money, okay? That's why they're in this game. So we did, what was it, like $300. Let's see, no, we had $200 for first place. We had $100 on second place and $50 on third place for whoever got the most sales. And we set a 10 sale minimum. You have to be get 10 sales to qualify to compete in the contest. And so it was, it wasn't very much money. So we spent $350, but it wasn't that bad for what we got in exchange. Yeah, absolutely, I'll do that. Also, you can offer bonus spots. Now, we didn't do it this time, but I just wanted to throw this in here for new people that are looking for affiliates. You can offer to say, hey, look, if you mail for me, I'll offer you what's called a bonus section on my thank you page, which is basically allow them to put a banner or something down there that says, hey, here, get my free report on how to XYZ, and they call it unannounced bonus. That's what those unannounced bonuses are. They're just feeding you to somebody else's list. But that's what a bonus spot is, and you can offer that up as just a little bit more to entice maybe some of the bigger affiliates. I know some of the affiliates that always ask for a bonus spot. So that's something you can think about. And then networking, seriously, if you want to be in this game for real, if you want to make money in the info product game and in the IM industry, it really is about talking to people and networking with people that are in the industry. The more you network with, the higher you go up the food chain, the higher up you'll make. The more you'll make, the bigger you'll get. It just depends on how big you want to go. You may not want to make a gazillion dollars, a year, but that's what the biggest difference is for people who make the money and who don't. Is usually it comes down to the people that you look at, the people that they have surrounded themselves with. And let me tell you what, the biggest of the biggest people will make you their friends if you make an effort to be there. If you make a real effort, they'll most people will talk to you in this industry. So network, and I tell you what, the best thing you can do, and take this seriously, if you're serious about this industry, go to live events. James and I both have gone to live events, and it will change your life. Absolutely. It makes everything real and everybody real. It turns it into a real business. That's really a key for that. So I'm going to let James talk for a second on maybe how he might have some tips on how to get some affiliates or whatnot for a second.
Yeah, the best thing is to use common sense. I get people all the time that they'll either just outright say, mail for this launch, and they've never done anything for me, or, hey, how's it going? And then I'm like, fine, and then they get me to promote for them. So the best thing you can do is do something for the other person. And you might say, well, maybe you don't have a list. Maybe you don't really have any thing initially in this particular space. Well, comment on their posts, like their posts, add feedback to what they're doing, buy their products, do interviews. I know of several people that how they started in affiliate side was they did interviews with people even when they didn't have a list at first, and they make YouTube videos with their interviews, and then they began to get a list that way, and then they started making their own products that way. So the biggest thing is just have common sense. Treat people as something other than something that they can do for you, and with just common sense, and it'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't
know if you were done.
No, yeah. All right, let's move it on. We got a lot of content to cover. We're trying to speed it through here. We don't keep you all night. If you got any questions, by the way, if anybody has any questions while we're doing this, pop them in there. So how to get Warrior Plus deal of the day? Okay, James and I both. James has a lot more than I do. I have like 9 or 10 now. I don't know. I need to check. But there's a few things that you have to have, kind of need to fall into place to get deal of the day. And this isn't like a guaranteed, here's exactly how you're going to do it. But I wanted to cover a few, tips on things that definitely help things go in your way. So first of all, just to be in the running, it kind of seems like you need to have like over 100 sales on the front end, at least on day one. That kind of seems like if you get that, you're like in the running between everybody else. That's how it feels anyway. I don't know if James would agree with that, but that's kind of...
I would think so. And if you're new, they've publicly stated on this particular platform, and this JVZoo is another one. Those are the two typical platforms people are in our space. But Warrior Plus for sure, Mike Lance, Shane Nathan, and a couple of other people that are involved with that platform have openly stated if you are a newer person creating a product, they will give you preference. So if I was to go up against you, I mean, a lot of times I do get product of the day, but they might say, you know what, James, you've had it X amount of times. John Smith here, this is their first time, and they will give you preference over that. And I know, Jeremy, you had what, like 400 sales or something like that from Warrior Plus in this particular launch, like a real big amount.
Yeah.
Plus, they're going to get you even noticed even more for other affiliates. So, getting that product of the day is substantial.
Yeah, it's It's huge. And just a little tip, don't launch on the same day that James does. You won't get
Funny.
any sales. I've seen people try to do that. It doesn't work. He sucks all the sales out of the Warrior Plus hemisphere somehow. Anyway, high e high EPCs helps, okay? And they're basically, who's getting the most sales, who's getting the highest EPC, okay? And that's just who's getting the most money per click, which is basically just, number of, crap, help me out, James. What is it? The number of clicks times the gross, or no, divided by.
Yeah, the earnings per click. So what is someone worth, quote unquote,
Right, I
when they
got it
buy
right.
your product? And I think typically you want to see at least over $1 EPC.
Yeah.
That would be pretty. You'd want at least that.
At least I would like to see $2 EPC, but that's harder to come by. But the higher the EPC, the better. And a little tip to get those EPCs higher is to have a higher priced upsells. Higher priced upsells will increase your EPCs. A lot of people don't do that. We didn't really have high priced upsells on this one, but that is a good way to increase your EPC. Um, Also, Shane has told me before, have your legal stuff in place. All right, have your earnings disclaimer down there. You want like some kind of privacy policy, something like that. Have your legal stuff in place. They like to see that there. A lot of people will skip that altogether, or not even have it linked up. Matter of fact, I saw they missed somebody. They saw, but they didn't get deal of the day. But they had, it was a pretty big marketer, and they didn't have the link there. They just had the words there. It wasn't linked up. So be careful of that. Make sure that's in place. Keep your refund rate low, and try to work things out with people before just sending a refund right away. Try to help them out. Just be like, hey, okay, well, if this wasn't the right fit for you, then what can I do to help you? Give me a little background or whatnot. Try to find or give them something in exchange. If you have another product, say, well, maybe this product might be a little bit better for you, or what kind of thing are you in that could be better for you? Maybe I could suggest something. Try to keep those refund rates down. And on the first day, just a little tip, on the first day, try not to refund at all. At least try to send the email out saying, with a rebuttal, asking if there was any way to not get the refund through, if you can help them. And then wait at least a day. So you don't want to start seeing a refund rate on the first day of your launch. That's going to hurt you, especially in terms of like getting deal of the day. So kind of skip that first day. Just respond to people and try to help them out on that first day. Quality affiliates mailing. Okay, now this is the big piece of the puzzle here. Okay, and what saved the day for us really for this was James. For us, I mean, James got us over 200 sales. I mean, it was amazing for the amount of sales in just a day, and that really, that kind of thing. And James isn't the only one, and I can drive a bunch of sales too. I've gotten 200. I think the max I've gotten for you, James, is actually 200 sales. But that was
Yeah.
about a year ago, maybe. There was 200 sales on that one. But
Well, I think your product would have had the deal of the day regardless, but it's
sure,
nice
yeah.
when you can have, some support on that.
Yeah, I can't remember how many exactly we sent by ourselves, but it was like 150, something like that. I'm not sure, but Warrior Plus then sent like 400 something, probably over 500 sales, or a lot more than that actually now. I'd have to go check, but get if like one or two good quality affiliates versus a bunch of like 100 affiliates. I'll take 3 or 4 or 5 like really good affiliates. I'll even take 2 or 3 really good affiliates versus even 100 crap affiliates, because those 3 or 4 affiliates can get you hundreds of sales, hundreds and hundreds of sales, even 1,000 sales. So that really makes a difference in the equality, and that's why you want to go back, like we're going back up here. Who are the players in your niche? Go after the biggest people first. get the nose from the biggest people first. Don't go after the small people first. Go for the big people first and work your way down. That way you're shooting with big guns right out of the bat, right out of the gate. Don't be scared to do that. So quality affiliates. All right, and how to get 1K sales on a launch. And James, I guess you already kind of put your input here on the deal of the day thing, how to get deal. Is there any more tips that you had on that?
You know, the biggest thing, the biggest stomach bug people are going to have is just it's not even this here. It's procrastination, which I deal with still to this day, but it's trying to make something perfect. Like your idea in this particular case was cool and it was neat and I liked it. But in essence, you guys made a PDF like that was 20 pages that may not have been perfect per se. Like you could have spent another 2 months and just like made it 5% better, but you got it out there with what needed to be done. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to tell people is put your product out there. You know what? The first product I ever put out on Warrior Plus, I think I sold 4 copies. Okay? And then the second one
Mine sold 20.
Right, I did 100 my second one, and then it went from there. So don't get these are amazing points that are going to get you there, and the potential to get 1,000 sales is definitely there. Jeremy just did it like 3 days ago or whatever. But don't some I don't know where everybody's coming from that's on this call or that's listening to this call, but don't think that you can't do it because you can. And so I just want you to it's nice just to hear someone say that to you, that it is realistic. Just like this $20 a day is definitely realistic. Getting 1,000 sales on a platform like Warrior Plus is realistic. Why? Because it happens every week, if not a few times a week.
Right. Exactly. And with regular people.
Yes.
And and that's why I wanted to we wanted to share something a little bit higher level. And this might be over some people's head. You might be thinking, "Oh my gosh, this seems like so much." It's really not. We're just covering small little things that can really make a big difference if you apply them. But just we're going to give you a recording of this, but just at least go out and do it. Go out and create a product, and then try to get some helpers.
Now this is this is the internet marketing niche. Okay, this is one niche, which is actually a really small niche. Sometimes when you're in it like us, and you're in it like you listening, you're like, it seems like everybody's internet marketing, but yourself when you start talking to your family members or your friends, they look at you like, like you've got 3 heads when you talk about internet marketing because they're not into it. So in one way, it's like everybody's doing it. In another way, it's not. And then when you look, like what really shocked me was I've dealt with niches sometimes, or talked to people. Like one lady, she was into the knitting niche. Like I think, is that even a niche? But it was for her. She was making 6-figure income off it. Another guy, all he did was he made products for saltwater fish tanks. That was another crazy thing that I saw. So you name the niche. There's a Warrior Plus out there, guys. A platform kind of just like Warrior Plus, and you know what it does? It's all for people that make products on how to make cakes. So there's a whole I'm being serious. There's a whole world out there of people that are like, like every town has some guy or woman or that they make cakes, right? They make cakes for weddings, and these people will pay big money to learn how to make like the most up-to-date cakes. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that in of itself is your niche. So I've already talked about knitting, saltwater fish tanks, cakes. Like you name the niche, whatever you're into. I know Jeremy's into like fishing and outdoor kind of stuff. That's a whole different thing. You could just spend doing that. So whatever it is that you're into, think about that, and there's an opportunity for you to make products.
There are definitely marketplaces in the fishing and survival niche, and it's the thing about it is, like you said with the cakes, those people they make money off of those cakes. Like they learn how to make one cake, and they can sell that kind of cake 1,000 different times, from learning it that one time from that, so it's worth them to buy that information. The same kind of stuff we do. You
And
teach somebody something that benefits them, and they will pay for it.
exactly. And to those cake, I'm not trying to tell you you need to make products on cakes, but if you think about the person that they do something different, and all of a sudden somebody's looking to buy a wedding cake. I don't know what the price of wedding cakes are, but they're expensive, right?
Yeah,
They might be willing to spend another $100 with this person making a cake because they've got the fancy new thing, whatever that is, right? That differentiates the cake from the competitor. And that's what it's all about. And that's why people will pay a lot of money for these products on how to have the top selling cakes. And it's just, I want to open your mind. Hopefully, we're opening your mind on this call to what's out there, because once you get into it deep, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just it's not a question of if there's opportunity out there. It's just a question of what do you want to focus on. That's where we're at. And there's nothing special about us, but what is special, what is different from us and you is that we take action and we're constantly looking to do things, and that's why we have success.
very imperfect action, by the way, too.
Yes.
We got fortunate on this. Like, it was a magical thing that happened on this launch. I will be the first to say that I've put out products before that have tanks. Everybody's going to put out products that tank. Even in your first one, if it tanks, your second one tanks, your third one tanks. Just keep putting them out. You're eventually going to have some that are blockbusters, and that happens to everybody.
And you learn from each one. And you
Yeah.
learn from each one. And that's the thing. You've got to be, I don't know if shameless is the word, but you have to be able to accept rejection, right? It's
Sure.
like, it's like if the guy that's in college and he goes to the bar and his friends are laughing at him because he's going up to all these girls asking them to dance, and they're all telling them no, and then all of a sudden, girl number 8 says yes. Well, all his friends are laughing, but you know what? He's up there dancing. He had to get rejected at first. Not that this is a true personal story that I'm talking about. Okay, not that I was that, but
Yeah.
but I was up there dancing when my friends are laughing at me, right? But
Right.
so anyway. Let's move on from my dancing stories.
All right, so how to get 1,000 sales online. Here's just a few tips. I'll tell you what was a huge, huge thing for us was the sales copy. Um, I pretty much kind of suck at sales copy. I mean, I'm halfway decent at it. I guess I'm better at it than somebody who's not experienced at all in sales copy. But I'm not the best copywriter. And neither is Ron. Ron did a halfway decent job trying to write a sales letter. But we actually paid somebody, Shane Nathan, who's in the group, if you need sales copy done, we paid him to write the sales copy. So we paid a copywriter. And not everybody has, I know, the money to go out and spend on a copywriter. But if you want to really make a huge difference in your sales, I mean, this could have been the difference between 10 sales and 1,000 sales. It really could have been with the sales copy. It's that important. And I think that was one of the biggest things here that made a difference from what I normally do to what I did on this one to really make it pop. Like I do launches all the time and they don't do necessarily so well. I don't necessarily always take all these steps that we're telling you here today either, and that's why they fail. But these steps work, and the sales copy made a huge impact. So if you want one area where you can spend a little money in your business to increase the sales that you're getting, spend it on the sales copy and the marketing copy, the actual wording, the lettering on the page, the sales copy, the sales message. Spend it there on a professional copywriter, and you're going to see your sales are going to just be, your conversion rate's going to be much better. Also, this is huge and why it's in all capital. Pre-launch. Pre-launch. Don't just stick your product out there, which I'm guilty of doing, is just throwing it out there and mailing my list. If you pre-launch and have a period of several days before you launch, at least a week usually, is what James and I do. We'll do a week of pre-launch and warming up your list, warming up the affiliates, getting the affiliates warming up their list. Now, if you really want the affiliates warming up their list, you're going to have to do your pre-launch, 2 weeks in advance, because you're going to spend a week procuring the affiliates, and then you're going to spend a week getting them to warm up your list. But you can do it in just a week. Get the affiliates on board and start heating up your affiliates, just getting them ready for it, getting them to mail the day before or 2 days before. If you can get them to mail the day before, that's a great thing, because if they pre-mail their list and then mail the list the next day when it's live, your sales are going to be a lot higher. You're going to get a lot higher conversion rate because you're going to have to rush the sales. People, when they can't buy and they want to buy something, they can't buy it. It makes them itchy. And then the next day when they can buy it, they go and jump on it. And that's just, it's proven. And that's why you see people pre-launch and mail and try to send you. Yeah. I think I had that. Oh, okay, never mind. So pre-launch, okay, and it's not just about one day. Okay, a lot of people will launch, and if it's not doing successful in the first 1 or 2 days, they get really sad about it, and it's easy to understand. It's easy to do. Fortunately for us, it was a blockbuster out of day one, but there have been times where one of my most popular ones I put out, and it did not do very good on the first day. But we changed a couple things, and we pushed affiliates more and more. Okay, you can get affiliates for not just the day that it's live. You can get affiliates for after that. You can say, hey, dude, can you mail for me, 3 days from now, a week from now? Get them to send traffic. And it can start to raise up. And it was like a week later after I put out this product, I got the Warrior Plus deal of the day for it. And it was crazy, and then it just took off. It was the weirdest thing, but it started out real slow. So it's not just about day one, but also even if it does come out with a bang, and 2 days later, 2 days later, you think it's over. It's like, wow, we got 1,000 sales. Well, it's not over. That product's going to continue to go and go and go. And if you continue to get more affiliates, even after that fact, even after the launch period is over, you can still drive more sales to it over and over. So you can ride that one product for a very long time and get 1,000 sales. You don't have to get 1,000 sales in just 3 days. You can get it over 2 weeks. It's 1,000 sales is 1,000 sales. So power affiliates versus the number of affiliates. We talked about this a little bit up here, but the quality of affiliate makes a huge difference. We're getting 20 to 30 affiliate requests every day, but I'm only approving like 3. 3 a day, because I want the quality affiliates that's going to drive sales. I don't want affiliates that's going to drive a bunch of crap traffic and drive my conversion rates down. I want good affiliates that's going to get me sales, and I know that's going to get sales, and affiliates that can mail their list one time and get 20, 30, 40, 50 sales, even 100 or more. In this case, James was able to do 200 or more. And so it's, those are the kinds of affiliates that you want to spend your time on. Don't spend your time on going the smaller affiliates. Build relationships with the good ones and spend your time focused on getting those. Platform award helps. Deal of the day, something like that. JVZoo has a platform award. A lot of these things have awards like that, where basically it's them just mailing their email list and featuring you on their website, saying, hey, this is the best deal of the day, or this is the best deal of the week, or whatever. Any of those types of awards you can get, any kind of awards you can get outside of just Warrior Plus or JVZoo. There's other places that have awards. Like there's a guy named WSO Scout. Some of you may have seen him. He's been for years. If you do halfway decent on the launch, he's going to send you a badge and say, "Yeah, you won top 10 of the week for WSO Scout." That dude has got to have this massive list by now, because he's been doing that for years. And basically, he asked you to put your badge with the link back to his WSO Scout website on your sales page. But it's a little badge that says you won top 10. Well, it looks like a little award on your sales page, which is nice. And it builds his list, but if you do that, if you put it on your page, he will then mail his list with your offer, and kind of, and so by now he's got a huge list. So you just got to think about little opportunities like that, little awards and things like that. is great. Scarcity is another thing. So we had the price increase on the dime sale. Scarcity works. Also a time scarcity. So during the deal of the day period, on the day that we got the deal of the day with Warrior Plus, we put a 24-hour price freeze on it so it wouldn't go any higher. And that was a scarcity. So you got 24 hours to get it before the price starts going up again. We got a lot of sales during that time period. So scarcity really works to get 1,000 sales on a launch. We've seen other people where they'll do their whole scarcity strategy is like they'll do a 3-day launch. And day number 1, it's one price. Day number 2, if it's significantly more. Day number 3, it's significantly more. And then day number 4, it's like closed, you know, and you can't even buy it anymore. Or it's like double or triple the price, some ridiculous price. That kind of scarcity drives a lot of sales. And it's very important to note that when you do scarcity like that, the sales, the majority of the sales come right before the time is up. So if you do a scarcity offer, you do scarcity on your offer, don't expect necessarily the rush of sales to come in right up front. Okay, if you're saying like you've got 3 days left for this offer, all those sales are going to come on the last day, like probably a couple hours before it's over with. That's when the most of your sales will come. So keep that in mind, and that's proven. It's over and over and over again. We've proven that. So that's my tips on how to get 1,000 sales on a launch. James, do you have any tips? I know you've got a few sales with 1,000 sales, a few launches with 1,000 sales.
Yeah, I mean, well, in terms of the Warrior Plus model, dime sale for sure, scarcity with dates. Um, I mean, lower price point will typically get you more sales. It doesn't mean that you have to have a lower price point, but for Warrior Plus, it does help. JV Zoo, sometimes I find in JV Zoo it's better to have a higher price point. So I typically do my higher price point stuff on JV Zoo and my lower price point on Warrior Plus. If it's like a software or like a really involved information product, I'll put it on JV Zoo. If it's some kind of quick tactic, blind copy also works where people kind of have to pay to see the magic trick, if you will. That in my experience will help sales. Like if Jeremy's product had to come out and said, here's the platform, and kind of already told the product before you even bought it, I don't think that it would have had as many sales. But you had to, if I recall correctly, in this particular product, you had to buy the product in order to know the platform,
Yeah,
and and that just, I find on that particular platform, really helps with sales.
it does, the blind copy. And
Yeah.
yeah, the copy was really great for that on the blind copy. All right, so let's move on. We're going to going past time here. Okay, how to mail your buyer list. So this is really important. With you know, now that you have this list, there's things that you need to conform to in mailing to buy your list. And first of all, be yourself. Okay, be yourself. But there's some tips, and keep it simple. Okay, these are simple tips, but really you don't have to overcomplicate. So number one, keep in mind that your subscribers are your students. All right, they're on your list to learn from you or to gain value from you. If you're selling physical products or something like that, they want to, you know, teach them more about the products that you're selling. Okay, and don't just, you know, because now you have an information format with email, you can sell them more products, but give them a little bit more info on it about your products. Okay, but inform them, educate them. They are your students. They thirst for knowledge. No matter what you're selling, they thirst for more knowledge about that and that topic. Also, your subscribers are your friends. Okay, think of them as your best friends, like you're just sitting down talking with your friend, and that goes hand in hand with always be talking to one person. And you got to think, or you got to remember that it's easy to say, hey, you guys, like I'm kind of doing right now, but actually you got to remember that there's only one person on the other side of the screen reading that email. Okay, so you're talking to one person, and you want to visualize them in your head, and that's what I do. Is I like think about the person that I'm writing to, and you just write to that person in your email. And ask them what they want. All right, very simple. Ask them what they want. You can use SurveyMonkey. Most autoresponders have, like GetResponse has a survey thing. I think Aweber has a survey thing. Pretty sure. A lot of autoresponders, but there's also SurveyMonkey. You could do a quick Google form and just ask them different questions, like, what topics are you interested in? What's the biggest problem you're facing in trying to accomplish X, Y, Z? Those kinds of questions. Ask them what they want, and then wait for it. Give them what they want. Right? So it's really simple. It sounds stupid. Simple. Okay. I don't think you're stupid. I'm just saying it's really simple. Just ask them what they want. Give them what they want. If they bought your product, then you already know one thing that they want, and that's more stuff related to your product. But give them more of what they want, and go out on ClickBank and find products. Go out on, if you're in IM, go out on JVZoo and Warrior Plus. You can go on Amazon.com for affiliate products, books, more information about just about anything. There are niche affiliate platforms for just about everything. Like in the sporting, if I go to fishing, if I want a fishing affiliate program, Bass Pro Shops, which is one of the biggest retailers in the United States for fishing and camping and all that kind of stuff. Any of those kinds of products that I want to sell to my survival niche people, any of my outdoors people, they have an affiliate program kind of like Amazon does. So all those different niches, there's going to be products in your niche that you can sell to these people, so you don't have to keep creating your own products. But you can also create your own products, just creating more of what you already made, the first time. So it's really that simple. They're your students, they're your friends, you're talking to one person, ask them what they want, and then give them what they want. Email marketing is that simple. And let's talk about what I call the $60,000 case study. I've earned, actually at this point it's a lot more than that, but I grabbed that title from a different product that I had, and the $60,000 case study is basically the affiliate sales that I've done from selling Warrior Plus affiliate products. And I basically follow these 4 simple rules in each of my promotions to get the biggest return on my promotion. So it's quite simple, really, but just do this stuff. Actually review the product and look through it and go through it. A lot of people say, I don't have time. And that's true. You can ask, if you've got a good relationship with the vendor, you can ask them about it, and they give you like a 5-minute rundown of what it is. And you don't necessarily have to go through the whole product. But I recommend at least peeking at it to see the quality of it, to see the thank you area, the members area, and just take a glimpse at it. That way you can kind of be more educated about what you're about to promote. And the pre-promotion is super duper important. A lot of people will mail one day. I'm guilty of this myself, okay? And there's a huge, huge difference in the number of sales that I get on the promotions that I just send a one-off email that I don't pre-promote. I just send a one-off email or a two-off, 2 or 3 emails even, without pre-promoting it. Versus if I pre-promote it. If I send an email or 2 or 3 before they can buy it, that's what I mean by pre-promotion. Sending emails before they can buy it, getting them warmed up, getting them excited about it. That is a huge, huge difference. That'll make a massive difference in the number of sales you get right off the bat. And you usually get a really good spike with a high conversion rate right off the bat. Don't forget that part. Super bonuses. This is another huge part. Really good bonuses. Don't just give them a bunch of crap PLR and crap stuff. Be creative. Think about, and this applies to any industry too, by the way. If you're in an industry where bonuses are not common, that makes it even more effective, right? Because nobody else is doing it. You start offering bonuses, but at least in the internet marketing space and this kind of world that we're in here, really good bonuses. Create your own bonuses. Some of the things I like to do are like Cliff Notes. If I'm pitching an information product, I'll do a Cliff Notes bonus, which is I reviewed the product, here are my notes about it, what my thoughts were. That does really well. You can buy PLR but make sure it's really good PLR. And the kind of, when I use PLR, um, it's stuff like a graphics pack or a video pack or something of like substance. It's not just more training. It's like a thing, okay? And that's kind of, I like to do that for like PLR and things like that. And don't be afraid to spend a little bit. If you're going to make some money on the promotion, like if you're getting 100% commission on a $20 product, don't be afraid to spend $3 or $4 on a bonus to give to people. That works really well. Really, really well, and gets you a lot higher conversion rate. Also, follow up. Don't just send one email. Don't just send 2 emails. Follow up with them, and continue to mail them. The more that you mail them, basically, somebody told me once, mail them until they stop buying. I don't necessarily believe you do that because there is beating a dead horse, but just one email and done isn't going to cut it. And I can attest to that because I do it sometimes. I'll just send out a single email, and I won't get hardly any sales. But if I mail them, several times, then I will get a lot more sales. So there's that. Any thoughts so far before we're about to dive into this?
No, that's great stuff.
All right. How to find a launch partner to 10 times your earnings. This goes along back here to get affiliates too. It's about networking, and it's about just the people in the space and going out there and reaching out to them. And a great place to start, again, is from people who you have bought products from in that space before. That's a great place to start because they know kind of what they're doing and where they're at, and do your research too. Look them up, see what their history is, and just approach them. Approach them with an offer in this particular space, in the IM space. I'll tell you the best way is to already have the product done. Don't go to somebody. There are people that will try to get you to partner with them without the product done, which is understandable. They want you to help them build the product, but you'll have much better success finding somebody to actually launch the product with you and not try to take thousands of dollars from you instead. If you already have the product and you go to them and say, look, I've got results on this thing, I've already got the training done, would you like to continue on this? And James and I partner with people all the time. Other people in this space partner with people all the time, and you'll notice this if you look at all the biggest names in this space. Every launch you'll notice it's them and somebody else, and usually some newbie, and them and some newbie, and them and some newbie, and it's always because, and here's the secret to that, is because people like James and I, we know we put out good training ourselves, but we also know that so well that we can help these people launch it out, and we can make money, they can make money, and help other people and get the exposure to their product. And so it works great like that. And so and then we don't have to come up with a product ourselves. We could just help get exposure to yours. And so go out and find a launch partner. Just really, it just comes down to go out and asking people. And if you already have something tangible, even if you don't already have the product there, let's say you just got the results of something, you haven't created the product yet, even just having results will can get you a launch partner. If you can get on a Skype call with somebody and say, hey, let me log into my account and I'll show you the results I've gotten from this one method. Even then, people like us can still work with you to get that training created. What we look for is results. People with results. They got results on a method. And if you have that, then you're going to be a much better position to find a launch partner that can really do a lot more for your launch than just trying to launch it by yourself. But if you come empty-handed and try to get them to help you start from scratch, it's going to be a lot. You're gonna find a lot more resistance, and you're gonna find what you're also gonna find is people wanting to charge you coaching fees. Be careful of those people that want to charge you $10,000 to launch. Now, sometimes it makes sense to get a little bit of money up front as a person that is a launch partner. I sometimes do it on 50-50%, just because I know it's going to be a hot product. And sometimes there might be a situation where there needs to be some upfront cash because there has to be more stuff like created, and like a sales funnel might need to be created, copy might need to be paid for. So you might have to put some money out that way as well. But it's well worth it to have a launch partner, because they can do things. You see what I did with one, and I'm really not trying to pull my own chain. I am proud that I was able to do this for him. I feel good about it, but I want it to be realized by other people that you can do this just like Ron did, and not through me or James. You can do it through somebody else, but you can do the same thing. You can create a product, and you can go and find somebody that will help you get affiliates, and that will help you and that will mail it to their list, and help you get affiliates to mail it to their list, and help you with this process. You just have to get out there and do it. And really, the people that take initiative are the people that get attention from the guys that are going to do the most in your business. If you're taking that initiative and you show that to them, then they will see that, and it will make a difference. So, any thoughts on that, James? How to get a 10-8 partner?
Yeah, the biggest thing is to insert yourself into the community. So if you're coming from a place of never being involved in that, and that again is commenting on posts, seeing what you can do for other people, promoting them as much as you can, buy their products, and then go for the ask, as opposed to, hey, I'm new, what can you do for me? That's just the biggest turnoff you can do.
That's a great point. Don't come with the "what can you do for me?" and that's a good point too. That because Ron came to me in a different way. He's like, "Look, I got this product. I think we could make some money with it."
There you go. Perfect.
And that's the way he angled it. He didn't say, "Hey man, can you help me launch this product?" He says, "Hey man, I think this could do well. I've got the copy written. I've got the book. It's already done. I think we can make some money."
I did that all day long if someone came to me like that.
And I looked at it. I read his book. It was good. I was like, sweet, this train, let's do it, and bam, we were in business. So that's how it works. All right, so last thing, we're just going to go real quick. How to add monthly recurring revenue. Simple. There's a couple ways. I'm going to go over at least two of them. Number one, a group. Facebook group, easy mastermind. Not easy. You got to stay on top of it, but it's a simple way to add monthly recurring, and that's just to get people that, like you guys, you're in our group. Okay, you can have a group of people that you want to help individually. You want to help on a more personal basis. You can have your own group of folks. So that's an easy way to add on monthly recurring. Anywhere from $9.99 to $29 a month, we find is a good price point. People are comfortable with that. I've got some of my mentors have told me that was also a great price for them, and they had tens of thousands of people on recurring paying $29 a month. And so that's a really good price point, but it could be anything. I know people that charge $100 a month. I know people that charge $1,000 a month to be in their mastermind, okay, and to different things, or even a software product. But the thing is, think about all those different ways that you can add recurring, all those little programs. Also, number two, affiliate products that are recurring. This is huge that people overlook, and what blows my mind is that affiliates have a tendency to steer away from monthly recurring products. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but I guess because they convert lower, you don't sell as many, but it's money that you're going to make over and over and over and over again. There's affiliate products I've promoted a year ago that I continue to get paid for every single month. I promoted it one time a year ago. Okay, and there's so many products out there that I've done like that, and they're just, you go look for those monthly recurring affiliate products to promote. Always make that a hard focus. Start promoting those instead of all the shiny little things. And you will be surprised at how fast your recurring income will build up. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. We got any questions? James, you got anything to add?
Well, did you guys like this? Because I know this is a breakdown of what Jeremy just did. Brought in considerable amount of
13,000. Yeah.
Yep, 13K, and still going every day here. Over 1,300 sales. I hope this brought some value to you guys because this is the real deal, legit way that Jeremy did it. Broke it all down. So thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for everybody for your feedback. But Jeremy, especially thank you for really, bringing it tonight. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out. I don't see any more questions popping up. Doug, send me that in an email, man. That's a little.
I already answered Doug privately.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brian. And
That's a long question.
yeah. But thank you, everybody else that was on the call tonight. And we will see you next time.
Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
one. Thank you.